So Natasha is still waiting at the check-in. One of our ministers from Johnson, Micah, is with her. As you know, Natasha has been ordered deported. By the last 2 months, we've been with her and we've been pushing back the order of deportation, and thus she's still with us. There is some, though the law is unjust, there is still some legal room that we are wiggling in there to keep her here with us. So we count on your prayers and your presence as we continue to push back into this system. This is not normal. Terrorizing people is not normal. If we make it normal, then we are in trouble. Okay? Back 10 years ago, there were families who stepped out to denounce, to prophetically say, this is unjust. The law as it is written, as it is being practiced, is destroying families, is destroying communities. Families, Jean Montreville's families, Joe family, and some of our allies and churches, they basically said, we cannot stand in the shadows and let our families be destroyed. So first of all, we want to thank Joe's family, Jean's family, and the people that have stood around them and continue to stand around them. Your witness counts, and we want to acknowledge that. Anything that basically pushes back, though seemingly insignificant, is not. Okay? This is like a building. You know, we need to be those little grains of sand in that building. The building is not the same if we don't engage, if we don't put ourselves in there. So thank you, all of you. And I ask you to turn to the next person to you and say thank you for being here. Thank you. And this is how we build the movement, and this is how we build sanctuary. As we acknowledge that each one of us is valuable, that each one of us has a role to play. Without further ado, I want to ask, what's the order, Joe? Sure. I want Joe to speak. We want Joe to give us some words, and then Donna, and then we will finish with Jean and a prayer from Luis. Okay, Joe, give it to us.
Thank you so much for everyone of you who will be able to make it here, and for those who could not make it as well. Thank you for everyone to being here with us. You know, for those of people who could not be here with us as well. You know, thank you very much. That's the reason that we're still here. I don't know what to say about the system. I just feel like, there is something wrong. I've been in the system for 21, 22 years already. Still no way out as of this point. And every single moment when I was, thinking of it, it just, make me nervous, anxious, and stressed up. But just thank every one of you to being here with us. Please continuing and supporting us in our life journey in this difficult time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please introduce yourself and tell us who you are.
Hi, my name is Vivian Hamilton. I'm from Honduras, also an immigrant. I'm here today accompanying Gene. We're a special friend. When he speak a couple Sundays ago in church, it make me feel like that was the end of us seeing each other. It was so downhearted. So I said, you know, I has to go out more and get more involved in things that are going on with us as immigrants. I have 2 young boys. One of them was supposed to be here, but he's not here. I don't know why. My niece is here with me, Stacy. But I just want to thank Donna and the Judson family for being so good to us. They has been very, very supportive to us. So thank you all, and I always will have Jean in my prayer.
Good. And I'll say one thing, we want to keep your family and your family together. That's what it's all about.
Right. Well, Dana, thank you. I do want to say thank you for everyone, every single one of you guys that's here today. This is so important because you guys are our voices. We have no voice. Without you guys, I know I would have been gone already a long time. And right now, I do want to focus on my kids. My kids are the reason why I'm doing this. I'm fighting to stay here. I'm so fed up with this country who doesn't recognize the rights of their citizenship. My kids are US born. They were born here in this country. I have my daughter that's going to college now, and I'm the one who's helping support her to go to college. What about if I'm deported? How she's going to finish? My son, 13-year-old, going to Brooklyn Tech next month. You know, I'm afraid without me, he will not be able to focus on the school work. And this is why this is so important. It's time for the law to change. We have to say enough is enough. You know, every politician in Washington DC know the system has been broken, but nobody has done nothing to fix it. And it's time to recognize the right of the children. You know, without them, I would have been gone a long time. And I want to say a big thank you guys for coming here today. It's very important that they hear our voice. Thank you so much for being here.
Love you. Standing up. All right. Janae, did you want to say something?
Hi, I'm Janae. I'd like to thank all of you guys. And even though Jean and I are not together, I felt like Nicole Bell because Sean Bell was killed by cops, which was wrong. But immigration is what destroyed our marriage. He was depressed every day and I couldn't take it anymore. But I never gave up on supporting him. When I found out he was detained last month, I just got back my advocacy. I started emailing Congress people all over. And it's hard to explain to your kids that their dad might not be there because nobody can replace their dad. Janai's in college. If it wasn't for him, she wouldn't be able to go to college because even though I have a better job, she doesn't qualify for financial assistance. So if I have to pay out of pocket, I'm not going to be able to pay bills and keep a roof over my head, so I do what I have to do to support my children. And Jemiah, she's in camp, she's 10, she's a little actress. She sat there and she constantly asked me, Ma, what's going to happen to my dad? And I can't give her an answer. She's supposed to be focusing on having fun as a kid, and she has to worry that she might not have a father. And it's sad because he has no family in Haiti. So if he go to Haiti, he might die. He has a lot of health issues going on, even though he doesn't want to share it. I know from looking at him and from talking, his health has been deteriorating. And I just constantly keep on trying to encourage him to fight for his freedom to be here, because I understand he made a mistake when he was 19, but he's almost 50. And he's still fighting that same mistake. And if you look at his case, he got caught up with a drug conviction and they gave him 33 years. I know people and American citizens that kill people and got less time than that. So you can't, immigrant rights is human rights. When we get cut, we all bleed red, and I will continue on fighting to the end. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless you.
Hi everyone, I'm Janaya. I'm 18 years old, and I just want to thank you. We've been fighting for over 10 years now. I can remember when I was little coming out here, and I just want to thank you all for coming out to support my dad.
We won't give up tonight. We won't give up. All right, one more thing, people. Because if this isn't enough, if Gene is deported, he will go to an extremely dangerous situation in Haiti. Perhaps jail, certainly no health care, perhaps persecution in jail. What the hell is that about when he is here doing good things for dozens of people every solid week, when he is an economic engine and gift to this great, or used to be great, wannabe great country? Why this suffering? Why this cruelty? We need him here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to encourage everyone who's not undocumented to write there, go on Facebook, do whatever you can about why they're refusing to let faith leaders and people accompanying people into their visits, and it's so really important, because many times when I've gone on accompaniment, the one thing that has given silence to a lot of the brothers and sisters there is the prayers that we do, because they're in a panic. They don't know what they're going to do or their family is going to do. Oftentimes they're not thinking about themselves, but if they're American-born children or the children that are here under DACA. So we have to make this movement, right? Because the opposite, as what someone once said, the opposite of hope is not desperation. The opposite of hope is action. And that's what we need. We need action. Call Schumer, write Schumer, go on Facebook, go on Twitter, get everyone around this nation, because this is not a New York issue. This is a national issue. This is really an international issue when you figure out that a lot of the reason that we're having so many immigrants in this generation, both in the United States and Europe, is because of our political power, decisions in Syria, in the Middle East, and other parts in the Sudan. So we have to support each and every one of these people and ask one question: why are citizens who pay for the upkeep of this building, why are we being denied entrance? We supply all the documentation and ID that they require. Why are we denied access to a building that we erected, that we continue to pay for, and all the salaries of everyone in this building, a federal building, is a federal employee, which means they work for us.
Yep.
And we just have to put all our faith in God's hand. I can't tell you how powerful the power of prayer is. I don't do this for social justice. I do it because the God which I believe in, who is a political exile, and even if you're on the parents or ancestors who are on the Mayflower, they also were fleeing political and religious persecution. So even if you think you're from the cream of the crop of the American takeover people, you're not. You're an immigrant, and the same political and religious persecution that people from Central America, South America, Mexico, and throughout the world are facing is exactly the same, except the only difference is they're coming from a different locale on God's creation. Thank you.
Let us pray.